Hey everybody, Professor Cynical back again with another glitch video. Now in today's video guys, I'm going to show you the brand new duplication glitch method in order to still be able to duplicate your items. It has started to be mass reported that in some of the earlier ways to duplicate, such as your personal refiner duplication, your exocraft duplication, your refiner duplication videos, people have been following them, but since all these new updates are coming out, people are actually starting to lose items when they duplicate. Like, they lose everything. And I've been bombarded with messages to try and fix this problem. And today, guys, I am pleased to say that I have. So, let's get into today's video. So, the very first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put down a base computer on a brand new solar system that you have never visited. That's very, very important. It has to be one that you've never visited and a planet that you have never claimed. So once you find a random planet and a random solar system, pop down a base. It don't matter which solar system, what planet, it just has to be one that you haven't been before. So every time you place something down, we're also going to jump in and out of our ship, and that's going to keep on creating the save points. That way then if anything messes up, we've always got a save point to go back to. Now the next thing you need to do, which is absolutely crucial, is spawn in your freighter. Now it needs to be as close as possible to yourself. Now the very next thing you need to do guys is go ahead and summon an exocraft. If you can do that and you have that facility on your freighter, you can summon your exocraft to the world. However, with my freighter currently, I don't have that module in place, so instead we're going to go ahead and build a actual exocraft plant on the base itself. So once we're doing that, as always, jump in and out of your ship. That's going to create a save point. Now what we're going to do from here guys is we are going to fly off into space, and the next thing we need to do is we need to put down the anomaly, spawn in the anomaly as close as possible, as close as humanly physically possible, or get possible in my case, to the freighter itself. So once you do that guys, don't go into it, we're going to do that in just a second, but once you do that you need to go back to the ground, and then you need to again do another save point. Now this setup is a little bit lengthier than the rest of the duplication glitch videos that I've done in the past. However, it needs to be done this time, and it only needs to be done once. So once you do all these steps guys, you don't need to do all this again in the future. It'll just be a simple case of rinse and repeat for duplication purposes thereafter, if that makes sense. So once we go back to base here, we're going to jump out, and that's going to create that save point again. Now I'm not going to fast forward this video at all, that way then you can see exactly what I'm doing, so then you know that the glitch is going to definitely work for you. So here we go. Once we land here, trying to find a nice little spot, fantastic. So now we're going to go ahead, jump out. That's going to create a save point. So right now guys, you should have the following. You should have the anomaly, the freighter, an exocraft of some description on the ground, and a base planted on the ground too. Once you've got them, and that's all your checklist, and that's all your tick list ticked off, and you're ready to go. Now we're in space now, we're going to fly up into the anomaly itself. So we're going to go into the anomaly and we're going to land. We're not going to pass an item, not yet, we're not going to do anything fancy. All we're going to do is go into the anomaly itself and land. And guys, once we get there, we are going to jump out, and we need to run to the back of the anomaly itself, to the big portal at the back. And again guys, like I said, I'm not going to fast forward anything, I'm not going to edit anything. I want you to see this as a vanilla run like I've done here, so then it shows you guys 100% legitly this is working. Now guys, this has all been designed to combat the new mechanics in the game that wipe your inventory completely clean when you try and duplicate. So this completely gets around all of that. So here we go, Interstellar Terminus, and all we're going to do guys is go to your bases, go all the way to the bottom, where it says current system, that's your base. That's why it needs to be one that you've never been to before. It can only be one of those current system bases. So if you're in a system where you have 3 or 4 different bases, it won't work. You need to be in a single solar system where you haven't been to before, with a single base that we just put down. So all we do now guys is we teleport back over to there, and then once we here, fantastic. Okay, so we have landed here, and we are going to go ahead and do now the Exocraft duplication glitch as it originally stood. So here's everything currently in my Exocraft, absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to leave those items in there now because these are the items that I use for duplication purposes for my own personal use when I'm not making videos. So again, we're going to jump in and out of our ship, always make a save point, and then guys, all we're going to go ahead and do is go into our exosuit, and we're going to go ahead and pass some items over that we wish to duplicate. So in this case, I'm going to transfer some carbon over because I don't have any carbon in there, I don't think, and we're going to go ahead and just do some stone crystals. Obviously you can dupe as much and or as little as you want. In my case, I'm going to use the 2 items. Then all we need to do is jump in and out. That's going to create another save point, and then we're going to get those items back out and put them back into our exosuit itself. So fantastic, they're out of the Exocraft and then they're officially back into our exosuit. And again, if I wanted to go ahead and take more stuff out of the Exocraft at this stage, it's perfectly fine to do so. Anything you take out of the Exocraft will be duplicated. Alright, all we need to do then is, instead of going back into our ship and fly off into space, what we need to do is use the new mechanic in the game and go to the return to the anomaly function. Once we do that, we will now be started to be teleported back to the anomaly itself, and boom, here we go. So we're back into the anomaly. Fantastic. Now this is exactly how it should be, and all you need to do is finish off the glitch by taking an item. It can be any item that you want, it doesn't particularly matter too much, and then we're going to pass it over to another player. Now if the person you're passing on to cannot accept it, go and find somebody else and then pass the item over. So in my case, I've passed 5 stone crystals to this chap here, and then we're going to go to options and then reload your auto save. And again guys, I'm just going to leave it as is, no editing involved, just to show you that this is 100% officially working. And also guys, when we get back onto the game, again I'll show you that none of my items should be missing. This now should all be completely fixed. So here we go. Going into my exosuit here, boom, you can see the carbon there, and you can also see the stone crystals. Fantastic. Now if I go over now to the Exocraft itself, here we go, we're going to go over to the Exocraft. Boom, look at that guys. So we have the carbon and the stone crystals. Absolutely amazing. Now guys, as I've always said, always use these duplication glitches as you can, because they will get patched out eventually. It doesn't matter if it's a week or a year from now, eventually everything gets patched. So if you do see a duplication glitch that is working, make sure you use it if you want to use it. Obviously, just to finish up on the glitch there, jump in and out of your ship, that then saves the entire process and the glitch is then locked in 100%. And again guys, you don't need to go and set up a new base every single time you want to do this. This is the whole setup now for you. If you do move your freighter, let's say you go into another system, another world or whatever, and you move your freighter over, and obviously this applies to the anomaly as well, the only setup that you will need to do when you get back to this particular planet or whatever planet is you set up to do the duplication itself, you'll just need to put the freighter and the anomaly back and as close together as possible in order for it to reactivate the ability to do the glitch, if that makes sense. But this is the way guys, you don't lose anything, and this glitch is currently working. Alright, well, as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.